What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl gossip girl, and today I have an update. Now, this update comes from Yazmeen Williams' grandmother. She basically answered a lot of questions that I had. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. The grandmother of a slain woman whose decomposing corpse was thrown in the trash outside a Manhattan apartment building warned the victim for months something wasn't right with the man the granddaughter was living with, who was now charged with concealing her corpse. So the grandmother said she warned Yazmeen Williams for months that something wasn't right with Chad Irish, okay, and that Yazmeen and Chad Irish were living together. All right. She said, I could feel it. I kept saying she needs to get out of that house. Essie Graham said of her slain granddaughter, Yazmeen Williams. I wanted someone to go over there and make a lot of noise, but nobody really took it seriously. Cops charged Chad Irish with concealment of a human corpse after he was identified as the man in a motorized wheelchair allegedly caught on video leaving the body next to trash bags outside an apartment building on East 27th Street near 3rd Avenue in Kips Bay just before 5 p.m. on Friday. Now, a gun that Chad Irish had with him when he was arrested was undergoing ballistic tests to see if it was the weapon used to shoot Williams, who was 31 years old, in the head, according to the police source. The 55-year-old ex-con was attacked by a mob as he was taken out of his apartment building on East 28th Street near 2nd Avenue by cops on Monday. Now, Williams' mother and two aunts were present at the dramatic scene. In November, Williams moved out of her grandmother's Kips Bay home and into Chad Irish apartment in the Strauss houses 2.5 blocks away. Williams referred to Chad as her homeboy, her distraught grandmother said. So Yazmeen is telling people that Chad is just her homeboy. She refers to him as a homeboy. And maybe because she was ashamed of how much older he was than her, and she probably was hiding that from her grandmother. She didn't want her family to know that she was messing around with a disabled old man. Okay. So in the months leading up to Williams' death, Miss Graham began to worry about her granddaughter, who she believes was quietly in a relationship with the much older man, Chad Irish. Now, I don't know how quiet it was because in my last video, I said people were saying that they were in a relationship. So maybe people on the outside clocked it, but the grandmother didn't know. But the grandmother, see, let me tell you something about grandparents. They always know something. Grandparents always know something. It's been times that my grandmother told me not to go a certain place or do a certain thing, and I didn't listen. And guess what? When bad things happened, I went right to her and said, Grandma, you know what? You was right. I shouldn't have went there and I shouldn't have did this. You get what I'm saying? But Yazmeen didn't think anything was going to happen to her. She thought, okay, you know what? This is not probably where I want to be. So I'm going to go back home to my grandma. She didn't think that Chad was going to harm her, well, murder her. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. She always said that he was her friend. Miss Graham said in an exclusive interview with the Daily News, I think because she knew I wouldn't approve. Now, about a week before her body was found, Yazmeen called her grandmother and told her she was moving back home. She told me, Mama, I'm coming home, and everything seemed fine, Miss Graham recalled. If I knew, I would have made her come home. Now, Miss Graham, unable to shake the feeling something was wrong, had begun sending her grandson, which is Yazmeen's twin brother, over to check on, Yazmeen a couple times a week. Now that I look back, I think God was letting me know she needed to get out of that house, said Miss Graham. If I ever get that feeling again about my grandkids or anyone else, I'll listen. Now, I don't want the grandmother to come down on herself, okay, because she had a feeling. And this is basically saying that her feelings were corrected, were correct. I don't want her to, to get like, feel, I don't want her to be filled with regret. I don't want her to feel bad because, she had a feeling that nobody else had. I don't want her to carry that burden, it just, I don't know what it is that grandparents can sense things. You know what I'm saying? So William's cause of death was deemed to be a gunshot to the head, which the medical examiner told her family came at a close range. Nobody has yet been charged with her killing. Now, Williams lived between her mother and grandmother's apartment as a child. After graduating from Buffalo State College with a degree in criminal justice in 2016, she moved in full-time with her grandma. The slain woman lovingly referred to her grandmother as Mama, Ms. Graham recalled. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is absolutely heartbreaking. Ms. Graham said, "When you die, I want you to burn in hell. My heart is broken and is never going to be healed." Now, before her death, Yazmeen was looking forward to starting a new job at a Manhattan courthouse, according to Graham. "I'm proud of her," she said, of her granddaughter. "She was a beautiful girl. She had a good heart. She had a long life ahead of her." Oh, this is just sad. This is just sad. So this is the update that I have right now. And so far, I don't think any other news articles picked up on this because the grandmother spoke directly with the Daily News. So this is coming from the Daily News. All right. So if I find out anything else, I will make sure to update you guys as much as I can with the information that I get. All right. So you guys have a good day. And like I said before, please send the family some prayers. I send my prayers and condolences to the family once again, because this is horrible. This is really horrible. Okay, so like I said, I'll let you guys know if I find out anything else. But so far, she was living with Chad Irish, and I guess when she told him that she was moving back with her grandmother, he didn't like it. It took her life. And she was 31. He was 55. Even though she's a full-grown woman, but it is an age, an age gap there. And maybe she didn't want people to know they was, she was messing around with this man in the wheelchair, or whatever. I don't know, but it's just sad, man. It's just really sad. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.